He hits another.
Well, that's what he can do really well. He can stroke that fridge.
What's going on, YouTube? It's Coops Hoops, and today I'm here to talk about the GOAT conversation. First video, we had Kobe Bryant. This video, we'll take a look at LeBron James. Before we get into that, I want you to subscribe, turn on notifications, as we'll be talking about different topics of the NBA for the upcoming season. And without further ado, let's get into it. LeBron James, the chosen one, the king, King James, whatever you call him, we all know who he is and what he's accomplished so far in his illustrious NBA career. Last video, I made a claim for Kobe Bryant as the GOAT. I used the basis of the eye test as the biggest factor for his claim to go along with his mentality and work ethic and accolades, plus his biggest performances at a young age. I said numbers wouldn't point him out as the GOAT because looking at them without context shows that he wasn't really the most efficient player, he doesn't have the most assists, and he doesn't have the most rebounds. He also didn't shoot the highest three-point percentage. But with LeBron's case, numbers and advanced stats and PER and efficiency back up the claim that he should be in the conversation as a GOAT. He has the stats, the resume, the accolades, the longevity, and records that still can be broken to be considered. He's played for 3 different teams and has brought a championship to all 3 organizations. He's a sort of organization all by himself in a way. He started out in Cleveland, a young kid, departed to Miami for 4 years. Think of it as college for LeBron, who never went to college. In Miami, he was able to grow and mature in a great environment with D-Wade and Chris Bosh and company to earn him 2 championships. After college, came back home and took everything he learned from Miami, and now, as a more mature and experienced player, he was able to form another great team with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love and win a championship back home for Cleveland. The last team, back in the early 2010s, you will always see edits of superstars in Lakers uniforms. And it so happened that towards the end of the decade, those edits finally came true when LeBron decided to take his talents to LA and play for the Lakers. It hasn't always been pretty in LA, as we are a demanding fan base, but he did deliver us a championship with the help of Anthony Davis and company. So now here we are, currently with LeBron at age 36, going on 37, in year 19. 4 championships, 4 finals MVPs, 4 regular season MVPs, and a slew of records and accolades to account for and counting. Let's see why LeBron is the GOAT. LeBron has career averages of 27 points per game, 7 rebounds per game, and 7 assists, on 50% shooting and 34.5% from the 3. And 73% from the free throw line. He's currently 3rd all-time in scoring behind Karl Malone and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with 35,757 points and counting. He's number 8 in assists with 9,802 and counting. He's number 11 in steals with 2,092 and counting. He's number 42 in rebounds with 9,838 and counting. He's number 101 in blocks with 994 and counting. Number 3 in field goals made with 13,051 and counting. And he's number 11 at 3-pointers made with 2,020 and counting. He's number 5 in free throws made with 7,635 and counting. He's the all-time leader in points at 23,119, assists 6,228, rebounds 6,190, and steals 1,376 for the Cleveland Cavaliers. What all those records state is that LeBron James is the most well-rounded basketball player to ever play the game. If he remains healthy and plays as long as we think he will, he's going to be top 10 in 3 major categories, with top 5 going to points and assists. He'll have more than 10,000 rebounds in his career and be in the top 100 for blocks. He'll probably have the most field goals made ever, and if not, he'll definitely be number 2. At 6'9", 250 plus pounds, we've never seen a player like him dominate from the perimeter like he does. To go along with his attacking the basket and high basketball IQ, You create players like LeBron in a lab, somebody that is super quick with amazing speed and jumping ability. He has a great mind for the game to get teammates great shots with his passing, and he plays tremendous defense. There's not much more you can ask besides maybe saying like his free throw percentage is at a mediocre 73%, and his three-point percentage is slightly below league average at 34.5%. It could probably be better. But if you added those higher percentages of those numbers, he probably would have broken the scoring record already. He also gets it done when it matters most, in the playoffs. In the playoff leaderboards, he's played the most playoff games at 266 and counting. He's number one in the most playoff points by far with 7,631 and counting. Number two is Michael Jordan with 5,987. He's currently number two in playoff assists with 1,919 and counting. He's trailing only Magic Johnson, who has 2,346. He's number one in playoff steals with 454 and counting, the only closest being Scottie Pippen at 395. He's number 6 in total playoff rebounds with 2,391 and counting. He probably won't beat Bill Russell's playoff rebounding record of 4,104, but he might be able to squeeze into the top 5 in front of Kareem, who has 2,481. He's top 10 in playoff blocks with 252 and counting. He'll probably stay at 10 as he needs 29 more blocks to catch Kevin McHale, but maybe he can catch him. We'll see. He's number one in playoff field goals made at 2,725 and counting. He's number 2 in playoff three-pointers made with 432 and counting. He's behind Steph Curry, who has 470 and counting, so he probably won't beat Steph in that. He's number 1 in playoff free throws made with 1,749 and counting. Overall, this shows us the consistency LeBron has when playing in the regular season and the playoffs. There's a reason he's been to 10 NBA Finals. There's nothing you can do to stop him, especially in his prime. I would have to say LeBron had 3 different primes. You have the young Cleveland LeBron, aged 21 to 25, from the 2005-06 to the 2009-10 seasons. I think he was at his peak with the speed and agility these years. Between this span, he averaged 29.4 points per game, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, shooting about 48.6% from the field and 33% from the 3, while shooting 74% from the free throw line. He made 1 NBA Finals trip and 2 regular season MVPs in this span, and showed glimpses of the dominance that was to come. His second prime has to be Miami Bron, aged 26 to 29, from the 2010-11 to the 2013-14 seasons. I think he was at his peak physically and athletically at this point. He was at his biggest, hovering around 260 plus pounds range, and he was dominant at the small ball 4 position. This is where we saw LeBron expand his game with the help of D Wade and Bosh. He shot his highest 3-point percentage for a season one of the years in Miami at 40%. Between this span, he averaged 26.9 points per game, 7.6 rebounds, and 6.7 assists, while shooting his most efficient at 54.3% from the field, 36.9% from the 3, and 75.8% from the free throw line. He won 2 championships and 2 finals MVPs, along with 2 regular season MVPs in Miami. His last prime has to be the return home LeBron, aged 30 to 33, from the 2014-15 to the 2017-18 seasons. I think this LeBron is probably the wisest and most battle-tested mentally. He still had the athleticism and the speed and the strength whenever he needed to use it, but he was able to think the game more and pick his spots where to dominate and to use all that athleticism. His last year in Cleveland, that playoff run he had was probably one of the greatest individual performances I've witnessed. How he was able to drag that team to the NBA Finals and almost won Game 1 against the stacked Warriors team that year was crazy. Between this span, he averaged 26 points per game, 7.7 rebounds per game, and 8 assists per game, while shooting 52.6% from the field and 35% from the 3, and 71% from the free throw line. He won 1 championship and 1 finals MVP, with the greatest comeback in the NBA Finals being down 3-1 to the record-breaking 73-9 Golden State Warriors. He made 4 Finals appearances overall in this span, only winning 1, but was greatly outmatched in about 3 out of the 4 of them. Right now, we're currently in LeBron, who I'm going to declare is past his prime. He's still really good, but I can't mark his time in LA as a prime or peak. LeBron, at age 34 to counting, so far has averaged about 25.9 points per game, 7.8 rebounds per game, and 8.8 assists per game, shooting 50% from the field, about 34.8% from the 3, and 68.8% from the free throw line. He has 1 championship and 1 Finals MVP in this span. We'll see if he's able to deliver 1 or more before he retires. Overall, LeBron has a great case to be considered as the GOAT, even now, as he still has more time to go. If he was to retire this very day, he would still have a claim to the GOAT title. Since we don't know when he'll be done, he'll continue to rack up records and accolades until the very end. So far though, his statistics and accomplishments give a clear view that he's one of the greatest, if not the greatest, to play the game of basketball. The GOAT of the sport will truly never know, but in the age of the advanced statistics and the tale of the numbers don't lie, we have a 4-time MVP, 4-time champion, 4-time Finals MVP, 17-time All-Star, 3-time All-Star MVP, 17-time All-NBA performer, 6-time All-Defensive Player, 1-time scoring champ, 1-time assist champ, All-Rookie First Team, and Rookie of the Year, LeBron Ramon James, aka the GOAT. That's it for today. If you liked the video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll be posting more videos coming soon. And with that said, I'm out.